Hello everybody, this is Brenda for a short video on a flip through of my bee journal. Now this may have some missing, if there's anything missing out of a pocket or something, rest assured it will be filled. I've been through it a few times, but I always miss something, so let's get started. So we have here the ABC and XYZ of bee culture, and there is gold on the cover and a nice beautiful, probably a queen bee right here, which I absolutely love. And we do have some corner decorations on all four corners on the front. It is a 9x6 journal with a 1 3/4 spine, and I put in 3 signatures. So there you have that. This will come with a spine dangle, but not necessarily this one. This one is one that my daughter made. She makes the spine dangles for me, and she is supposed to be sending me a bee-themed spine dangle. So I'm waiting on that. But if worse comes to worse, you will get this one with it if something happens and I don't get the bee one. So it will come with a spine dangle. Okay, let's go inside and see what we can find. So this is a clear pocket, and inside is a couple of let's set this aside. I have a book filled with these little tags like this. I absolutely love them. So I did put a few in this journal for the recipient, but I figured one could, put something on the back to write on, and these would make excellent little tags. So that goes in here. And then we have this little postcard. I think we did this together on a video. And that I put right in here also. So there's that in the front. Oh my goodness, where'd I get these from? I can't remember where I got the digital from. You know what? It slips my mind right now, but I will put it down below under the description. I can't believe I forgot where that came from. And I didn't even write it down for this video. So sorry, but I will put it down below. So this beautiful bee kit, I absolutely love it. So first we have our pocket here. I have a little cluster that I made, and we have another one of the layering journal pages that we did together. So that goes right in here. And I can tell you right now that along some of these pockets that have just a journaling card in there, they will have some vintage ephemera tucked behind them. Sometimes you'll see it and sometimes you won't. I just haven't got around to putting the rest of it in some of the pockets. Okay, this is the ABC and XYZ of bee culture, and this book is copyrighted in 1945. So I did want to add, a page out of the book. I don't know who this guy is right off the bat, but anyway, nice picture. Here we have some of the botanical, I think it's botanical, it's a book of this kind of paper, and it has different botanical sceneries like this. So I had a piece laying around, so I decided that would look good in here, so I added that. We have some vintage paper here. We have some coffee dyed paper. I think this came from Triple V Vintage. We have some of the digital, and on here on the lace, we have a specimen sample that I hung here, and a little number 7. Tim Holtz little, I don't know what he calls them, but they're a little charm anyway, a number 7. Number 7 is one of my favorite numbers, so I like to include that. Here we have one of the vellum pockets that we made together, and this is a journaling card tag to put inside the pocket and for writing on the back. Here is a vintage original from, let's see if it has a date on it. I'm not seeing a date, but I certainly know it is old, and it is, I think I got these from Italy, some of these vintage papers. Here's the mulberry paper, and this is a lace pocket that I created, and a page from, this I think was from Rachel's Roxy Creations, one of her digitals. And inside the pocket we have an index card that we did together, and this was just a little sample index card. I love how these turned out. These were so fun to make. And this is one of those little thank you papers that you get from Nomad Moon Magic, and I love all her papers. She makes gorgeous, gorgeous papers, and this is one of her papers. She makes all kinds of sceneries on the coffee dyed paper. I love it. This is some tracing paper, some school paper. This is a vintage stationery piece of paper. Some printer paper. Some more of the digital. Love this digital. Love the colors of blue and the golds and the blues. So pretty. And I did back all of them with the, I think I backed all of them with the same honeycomb, the honeycomb digital. Here is some more lace with a couple of charms. We have a bee charm and a little, what's that say? I can't read it. There's a word on there, I just can't read it. I don't know if this was Tim Holtz, one of his charms or what. And that's the back side, and that's the school paper. Back side of this beautiful paper from Nomad Moon. Here is a tuck spot that we did together in a video, and in here I have an original. No, it's not an original. It is a copy of an original, if I can get it open. This is from Sweden, Stockholm, and I loved this blue Stockholm stamp here that I liked with the paper, and it's got a couple of stamps here too, and I don't remember how I had it, but it'll go in like this. I wanted that to show. And this is, like I said, what we did together. Other side of that vintage original. I don't see a date. I think that's a date right there, but I'm not sure. And this is our altered envelope that we did together. This has a pocket right here that has some writing space. This opens up and we have some notes right here. Then this tag is attached to the envelope. Down here we have a little pocket with some cute little inserts. And over here we have another pocket with another insert. That goes like that. We close this up and I have a little paper clip to hold it down. I can get it back together. There we go. More of the coffee dyed paper. More of the vintage paper. This is the other side of that botanical paper. This is a belly band I created for this page, and we have a copy of an original letter from 1941 and the original envelope from 1941. Thought that was cool. Looked good right under here. Here we have another corner pocket with another one of our journaling cards. Lots of writing space in this little journal. Lots to write on. And here we are on the second signature, and another card for writing. This was one of the postcards that we did. And like I said, there will be a original vintage ephemera piece behind each one of those. Page out of the book, Anatomy of the Bees. Thought that was cool. Another one of the vintage papers, coffee dyed paper. I'm speeding up just a little bit. I hope that's okay. A page out of the original book. Here we have another one of our little specimens and our little number tags from Tim Holtz. Another one of our pockets with another one of these tags that I just love. And this was, I'm not sure if we made this together, but it's just a journaling card with some space on the back for journaling. That goes in there. Another vintage original. I think it's from Italy. Some handwriting on the back. Absolutely love that handwriting. Don't see much of that anymore today. Mulberry paper, gorgeous paper from Magic Moon. Some more of the tracing paper, school paper, stationery, printer paper. This is a fold up of a vintage ephemera that I turned into a tag pocket here and a tuck spot over here. And this is a 1940 original letter during World War II, and original letter and original envelope. That tucks right in there. And this is another one of those beautiful little papers from Magic Moon, Nomad Magic Moon, something like that. I'll put her below too. Here's the little charms that is in the middle of just the one signature. We have a beautiful little bee charm and some beads fit right down there. Here's another little bee charm. And another one of those little, I think Tim Holtz, maybe not. This one says found. Must have been a little lost bee in it, and he's been found. The back side of the stationery, the school paper, tracing paper, the other side of the gorgeous Nomad Magic. I think I switch it around every time I say it, but I will get the original way to say it down below. Here is a flip out. Now see here, this will have something in it. Right now it doesn't, but it will. Flip out envelope, altered envelope. And on the other side, I turn that into a tuck spot. And in here we have another one of those beautiful papers. And a beautiful coffee dyed tag. Goes right in here. Tuck spot. The other side of that original vintage ephemera. Here we have another one of those pockets that we made together. This one has, first one has a tag from the bee kit, not the digital bee kit, but the one that you buy from Amazon or wherever. The notes page. Here is the tag with another one of those little charms. And then we have, oops, another little journaling card in the back there. These were something else that was so fun to make. Love making those. Beautiful, beautiful bee digital. Here's another piece of that paper that I created, a flip out. So that's basically how it comes. It's big sheets of the paper, and I cut it down. Very pretty, pretty paper. Coffee dyed paper, the vintage paper, the page out of the bee book, some kind of anatomy of the bees. I'm not sure what part of the anatomy, but looked interesting. Here we have another corner pocket. I embellished this with a big rose. And then we have a vintage bingo card and some more journaling cards from the kit, the Amazon kit. And the bingo card. Here we are in signature 3. Love these bees, they're so beautiful. Okay, so we have another corner pocket, and this is another cluster that I made to go with it. Inside here, I put a vintage postcard of 3 bears because bears love honey. So I had to add the bears, and they also love raspberries. So I added that. And we have the other piece of the bee anatomy. Oops, probably upside down. An anatomy of the bees that came from the book. So those stick right in here. Love that postcard of the bears. And this is a vintage recipe card, of course. Here's what's cooking. Raspberry jam, maybe, goes in there. Another page from the book. More anatomy. Another piece of that paper. The vintage paper, the coffee dyed paper, and here we have our fabric flip. A little honeycomb fabric and a little bee fabric, with some vintage lace and some lace from Amazon. Here we have another one of the little specimen cards with the little flower in each one, and then another one of Tim Holt's little trinkets there. Let's see, do we have a date on this one? 1941. This is from 1941, and this is an original. Love those pages. Here we have, I think we did these together, these glassine bags, and we added a little embellishment here on the corners of them. And then we have, this is like a specimen guest check with little fabric specimens, lace, and you know, I embellished it with some tags to decorate even further. I think we made these together. That goes right in there. Some more of that gorgeous paper. Tracing paper, the school paper, the stationery, the printer paper, the digital, that's the middle of this digital. And here is the flip flat little thing that we did together. This flips all the way out like so. In here we have oil company from 1948. So that's some kind of a write-up or a receipt or something from 1948. This is the original. That tucks right in there. Here we have, in here, we have a couple of very vintage Polaroids. And aren't they the sweetest things? So cute. So these are original. I don't think that's a date on there. Nothing on that one. And then we have the Lumber Company from 1960. It looks like an order for some lumber. I bet it didn't cost as much as it does today. And those tuck right in here in this little corner pocket. And then in here we have Howard Company. Oh, a groceries, wholesale groceries from, don't know if I don't see a date. But it's old. I know that. It's old. So that tucks right in here. I'll just leave it like this for now. And then in here, we have an original ledger page from 1918. That tucks right in there. And I'll put this one back in. That might cause me a little trouble. We have the charms here, little bee charm and the little lucky, it says, lucky bee, stationery, school paper, tracing paper, lots of spaces to write on, mulberry paper. Even that's writable. That's the other side of that vintage paper there from Italy. Here we have another one of the pockets that we made together and a large journaling card tucked in there. beautiful B Digital coffee dyed paper. Some of the vintage paper. I love that yellow and blue together. The other side of that paper, botanical. The other side of the book page. And in this corner pocket here, we have a vintage division card. And we have a piece of the Florentine paper, and this is original from, let me see back here, made in Italy in 1955, and this is the original 2 pieces of paper. I think there was only supposed to be 1 piece of paper, but since I have 2 in there, I'm going to go ahead and leave it. There we go. And there we go. And that is the last of the 3rd signature. And this little pocket here came from that. I made the pocket out of that book, that botanical book that has, see these? It has just hundreds of these in it, and I absolutely love them. And this is a, put this back in there. This is an altered envelope that I made today, and it's just a recycled envelope. And I just, I have this in there, but this doesn't come out, so I'll be making a tag to put in there. So that's just a recycled envelope. And that goes in there. So there is a couple more things I need to do with this journal, but all in all, it is pretty much done. And that is a full journal. Loving it, loving it, loving it. And like I said, this or one like it will be coming with it. So I'll just put that right there. So there you have it, my latest creation. Very happy with it. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this little flip through. If you have any questions, just get a hold of me in my comment section and I will answer questions as soon as possible. And other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. Stay safe, healthy, and blessed. And I will see you next time. So bye, everybody. And like I said, be safe. Bye-bye.